remember one time after the war, I was about 12. My father had a job in a factory across the way. And because he had lost his leg, he had a stump and a wooden artificial leg. And in the summer, and there's nothing quite as ferocious as a New York August, he would work on this assembly line 8 hours a day, and he was home that night, and I heard him weeping in the dark around 1 o'clock in the morning. And I knew that no matter what I ever did, I couldn't articulate it exactly, that I had to honor that pain, that you must honor that. And I think that's what the children of immigrants do, all of us. We know what they gave up. They gave up their countries. In some cases, they gave up their languages. They worked at the lousiest, rottenest jobs in order to put food on our tables. We have to honor that for the rest of our lives.
In early December 1883, a 34-year-old German Jewish poet named Emma Lazarus, appalled by the recent upsurge of anti-Semitic violence in Russia, submitted a 14-line poem to help the faltering fundraising campaign for the pedestal of the Statue of Liberty. The liberty her sonnet celebrated had nothing to do with the abstract political ideals the French had intended. It was liberty as a beacon of hope, shining out to oppressed peoples around the world. It was the future, reaching out to the present, to unchain humanity from the shackles of the past.
The promise of New York to anybody who comes here is the promise of Emma Lazarus at the Statue of Liberty. And there is a reason that that poem, which structurally and in terms of the words used, could be thought to be very sentimental. Certainly it is. And then it contains something. The test of that poem is that it is true. And these huddled masses yearning to be free did come here, and we did make them free. In fact, no matter who you are, at some point in your life, hearing those words or reading those words, just thinking of those words, your eyes will fill with tears. And what makes you tearful is that truth.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. I'll never forget those words.
Emma Lazarus herself never saw the statue her poem so movingly commemorated, or the epic human tide it foretold. Traveling in Europe during the final months of the statue's construction, she was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease. Passing through the harbor on her way home in the summer of 1887, she was too ill and weak even to come on deck. She died in her home in Manhattan 3 months later, at the age of 38. More than 15 years later, on May 6, 1903, a bronze plaque inscribed with her stirring words was finally affixed to the base of the statue. It would take decades more for Americans to realize the full meaning of the gift the French had given them.
Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch,